you will see a lot of people applying for jobs with resume, but none of them has ever experienced that job in real life. Hi guys, welcome back to this session of your life of a project manager. Day-to-day life of a project manager. In our last video, we talked about what project is, what manager is, and in combination of the two, a project manager, the real definition of what project manager is, what they do, and how they handle it. Today we're going to be talking about why do companies really need a project manager? Why do they need a project manager? Why do project manager need it? Why are we even existing, right? So let's use, for example, I'm going to be using my company like Zenvra. I'm a Zenvra agency company, right? And I have a designer, I have a copywriter, I have a Q&A, I have a developer in my company, and then clients come in today as a Monday. For example, let's say today is a Monday, and our clients come into they are not going to work in, it's not working, like we receive a mail or a form in our CRM tool that our client's name, Mrs. Sarah, want to build a website for our learning, online learning website, right? And as we receive the email, hi, as the CEO just sent a message to, remember I said I have a developer, designer, Q&A, and a copywriter in my company that are working for me presently. These are examples. Then the message came into Zenvra agency, right? As the message came in, I received it as the CEO. I then sent an email to the team. Hi, we just received projects now. Someone want to build the website. You guys should start working on it. Immediately they receive the message. The designer is going to be like, they want to build a website. What design am I supposed to use? The developer will be like, oh, what do I don't even know what to develop. I don't even know how they want the website to look like. The Q&A will be like, how am I supposed to do this? I don't even know anything. Then everybody will just start panicking. The Q&A tester will be like, when will the testing even begin? I don't even know how to do it. So that is where project manager come in. That is where you come in. That is your job, to make everyone know what they are going to be doing. For the Q&A, I've said this earlier in the last video, but I'm still going to be repeating it because I want to be flowing into every video. But the Q&A, the CEO, the team, all the team working in your company as the project manager, you're going to be the one to let them know, oh, this is how it's going to work. This is how we're going to do the website thing. This is what the client wants. This is the color they want. This is the font they want on their website. This is the navigation keys they want on the website, buttons they want on the website. It's your job as a project manager. That is what PMs do or does in every company in the whole world. That is the job of a project manager. They are not just an administrative assistant. That is not what they do. They are the people that align project to its owner, that make sure the project ends before the deadline, and they make sure to deliver the project in a way the client describe it in a first message before she gives out the project. That is the work of a project manager. That is what you'll be doing. So now that you've understood everything I just said, you now know what you are doing in a company. When you get hired as a project manager, now you know exactly what you want to be doing in the company. Now, how do you get involved in projects? Because the reason why I want to bring this up is because there is this company I once worked for as a contractor project manager in their company. Then I was hired as a consultant, as a marketing operation consultant, then just to build their website and teach and put the team in the company and put them through how they're going to be using the project management tool. I created SOPs, everything necessary was created in that tool, and I onboarded everyone on the tool for them to know how to do it, to use the team. While I was leaving, when a contract role, you definitely go and finish it. It's more like a project. The day I was supposed to leave, or the CEO that messaged me and said, please, I would like you to help me hire someone like you. And I was like, honestly, I was happy hearing that from him that day, but then, I don't have no choice. I was on a contract, so my job was just to build the tool for them. So then I was interviewing that lady that day, And honestly, some company needs to start doing this. Me, if you want to hire someone, it's not about their resume or whatever it is they are bringing. What I want from them is the way they speak, the way they think, the way they reason. When you come to me now and you say you're a project manager, I'm never going to judge you based on what you wrote on your resume. What I want to see is hearing from you, see how you think. So then I started hiring the lady. I started interviewing the lady. The interview was just for 15 minutes, and I just asked her for a question. She was only able to answer one question, and the only answer she was able to answer was the question she asked me: when would you want me to start? The three questions I asked, she wasn't able to answer none of them. Then later on, I saw that she was willing to do more than she was explaining that I saw. Then I messaged her myself, right? I messaged the lady, I emailed her, and I put her through some things, and then she confessed to me. And I think she's part of the reason why I'm starting to do this video now that I'm doing, because she made me realize that there are a lot of people that are going through things like that. You will see a lot of people applying for jobs with resume, but none of them has ever experienced that job in real life. They've never laid their hand on any tool. They've never even laid their hand on anything called project. But they are thinking, well, AI is there, will do. AI can only put you through. You don't even know how it's working in real life. So how do project manager get involved? How do you even get involved in projects? How do you get involved? That is what we'll be talking about in our next video. I don't want this video to be too long for people to be able to watch and understand what I'm saying. If you are just coming across my video for the first time, do not forget to hit that follow button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.